Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the uncommon monocolored legends from Secrets of Strixhaven. Leading today's $50 budget bracket 2 deck is Mica, Reader of Ruins. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Mica, Reader of Ruins is a 4-mana 4/4 legendary human artificer with Ward, pay 3 life. Additionally, whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, we may sacrifice an artifact. If we do, we copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, so copying spells is one of my favorite things to do in Magic. But the game-ending payoffs for creating an infinite stack of copied spells do not exist in Mono Red. Well, we can make infinite treasures, but we'd need something else to win us the game. I suppose I should explain. Normally, when you cast a copy spell, twin cast, fork, etc., and then cast another copy spell targeting the copy spell, expansion, explosion, reiterate, whatever, you create a copy of the first spell. That new copy spell can copy the second copy spell. Let's put it this way. I cast Opt. Then, while holding priority, I cast Twin Cast, copying the Opt. Still holding priority, I then cast Reiterate, copying the Twin Cast. The copy of Twin Cast targets Reiterate, which then targets Twin Cast, which targets Reiterate, which targets Twin Cast. This creates an infinite deterministic loop. But it's only copy triggers that go infinite. When the stack finally clears, we only have 3 copies of Opt. Unless you have a payoff. Cards like Professor Onyx, Rowlstorm Conduit, or Witherbloom Apprentice allow you to win the game. Archmage Emeritus allows you to draw through your entire deck. But since we're Mono Red, the only payoff we have is Stormkiln Artist. Which is a great payoff to be sure, but it doesn't win the game by itself. Now with that in mind, we're not doing any infinite combos in this deck. I just wanted to mention combos in case someone is thinking of building this deck, because it would be very easy to go infinite with this commander. Any commander that copies spells can be powerful, but we're limited due to being a monocolored commander. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, T-Fury. Every day, T-Fury has new designs that are on sale, but as you can see, they also have a great collection of other shirts. Anime, D&D, 80s retro, comic books, Lord of the Rings. There are thousands of shirts to choose from. I've been a loyal customer of theirs for 10 years, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. Click the link down below to see new designs and to add to your geek wardrobe. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. The plan is that I'll be streaming here in the next couple of weeks. My schedule lately has been hectic, so I haven't had the time. Now, we're going to change how we do things. If I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV or some other video game, it will be dual cast on Twitch and Musings by Danon, my anime and manga channel. If I'm building commander decks or something Magic related, I'll be streaming over here as well as Twitch. I've roughed out a schedule, but I need to confirm a few things with Cute Stuff, so keep an eye out for now. Starting off our land base, we've got Myriad Landscape and Treasure Vault for ramp, though we could also use Treasure Vault to help our commander. Which is also why we're running Mirrex to provide artifacts for our commander to sacrifice. Buried Ruin for some reanimation, Scavenger Grounds for graveyard hate, and 32 mountains. Mostly mountains, I know, but we're a monocolored budget deck, so that's to be expected. For mana ramp, we've got Prized Statue, Treasure Chest, Tablet of Discovery, Blazing Fire Singer, Stormkiln Artist, Hit the Motherlode, Brass's Bounty, Season of the Bold, Mana Geyser, Solemn Simulacrum, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Gilded Lotus, Worn Power Stone, Pyromancer's Goggles, and Hedron Archive. A good mix of mana rocks and treasure generators. Yes, we're a bit high, but we want some extra treasure generators to help trigger our commander. For card advantage, we're running Idol of Oblivion, Treasure Map, Ichor Wellspring, Seize the Spoils, Big Score, Pirate's Pillage, Demand Answers, Thrill of Possibility, Pinnacle Monk, Invoke Calamity, Laughing Mad, Apex of Power, and Mica Wellspring. Gotta love cards we can sacrifice to cast our spells that draw us cards. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Return the Favor, Bottle Cap Blast, Lightning Bolt, Electrodominance, Abrade, Flick a Coin, Chaos Warp, Insult Injury, Increasing Vengeance, Visions of Ruin, Hell to Pay, and Goblin Negotiation. I know that Goblin tokens don't really fit with what our deck is trying to do, but having a bunch of chump blockers is often useful. For board wipes, we're running Blasphemous Act, Earthquake, and Magma Quake. Lots of ways to reset the board as needed. The core of our deck consists of Loyal Apprentice, Mere Battlesphere, Hangerback Walker, Threefold Gearhulk, The Underworld Cookbook, Reckless Fireweaver, Jaya's Immolating Inferno, Nimblewright Schematic, Fireball, Gutter Snipe, Banefire, Crackle with Power, Goblin Offensive, and Fall of the Titans. Yes, we've got a few X spells, why do you ask? Finally, to help protect our commander, we've got Swiftfoot Boots. Gotta make sure our commander lives so we can copy our big X spells. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 56 mana sources split between 37 lands and 19 pieces of ramp. Heavy, I know, but most of our ramp doubles as a resource for our commander to copy spells. 13 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds, 1 sudden I win card in Mana Geyser. What's better than gaining a bunch of mana via Mana Geyser? How about doubling it with our commander? And then using all that mana to cast a giant fireball or Crackle with Power or Jaya's Immolating Inferno, and then copying that spell to kill the table. Blue player at the table? No problem. We just Banefire them first. Delightful. Are you building a Mica Reader of Ruins commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Golden Walker, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Luke, Brian, Richard, Jeff, and Anenra. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.